Hi everybody, this is Martha. I'm so glad you decided to join us today to learn more about the upcoming Women's Mastermind. We really appreciate your interest, and you will be some of the first to get to register for the Mastermind. The space is limited. We only have accommodations for about 10 to 12 up in Spanish Fort, so it's a beautiful place. I think you'll really love it. And we're really looking forward to it. Once again, thanks. We named it Thinking Bigger, Better, and Faster, and we did that just with the thought in mind that that's what we want to do when we come together to kind of brainstorm and get together for the Mastermind. So let's get started. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Of course, most of you already know that we have 3 kids. Of course, they're almost grown. Our youngest is a senior in high school. And so as they're getting out of school and, into life, it's given me more time to be able to help others in our business and just spend the time not only growing my own retirement account, but helping others, not just growing their retirement accounts, but in the business. So many of you may know that I do have a real estate background. My family had real estate related investments. We had rental properties, and my dad also got into the note business and taught my husband and I the business. So as I was growing up, I had to do a lot of the cleanup after tenants would leave. And so one of the things that I never did want was to really be in the rental business. Instead, we have been in the note business. And it's been a good experience for us, and we want it to be the same for you. I truly believe that it is an excellent retirement avenue where you can use your self-directed retirement account and grow your account to have a cash flow coming in every month for retirement. And I like to share that with people. At the last Mastermind, we have several women that's all they wanted to focus on was what could they do to grow these accounts for retirement. And not only that, but we want to, and I personally want to leave a legacy for my kids. I want this to be generational. I want it to be wealth building. And I want it to be a family business. I want my kids to participate in what we do. I think eventually they will. They're a little bit young right now. So we want them to go out and work at another job and experience life, and then hopefully come back and be part of our family business. So let's talk a little bit about what a mastermind is. And there are just different components, but one of the things is just having the opportunity to really connect with women on a personal basis and get to know them. I think we go to a lot of events, we meet people, but we don't really have the opportunity to get to know them. So we're developing a trusted group to share with, to help us achieve our goals that we share with them and our visions and what we want to do. And so we kind of just build each other up. It's a great way to just gain a lot of confidence in what you can do and what you want to do. So when you come to the Mastermind, the focus is on you. You have your special time and your time to share with everyone, and then everyone's going to give back. So that's just the way it works. It's not one person specifically leading or doing something over another. It's just everybody coming together and helping each other, and to help each other go to the next level. So the first part of it, as far as how it works, is just that we're all collaborating. So we're all coming together and collaborating together, and then the group as a whole will problem solve. So there's just, like everybody's bringing what is their issues, what's holding them back, and then we'll help you problem solve for that. Then the group will help you, all of us, we want to help you reach your goals. I have goals that I want to reach, and I have people within the group that help me also. And then creating community, so we're staying in touch, and we're really a group that stays together, and we try to connect on a regular basis. One of the things that I really want you to leave with is a feeling of increased synergy, that everyone coming and working together has increased your effectiveness in what you're doing. I really want everybody to feel that you're in a secure environment to discuss issues of business that you need help with. I want you to feel an increased efficiency in getting things done. And also I want you to feel that you can be more profitable or do more deals or whatever the case may be for you personally that you're looking for when you come, and that's what you leave with from this Mastermind. So, and of course we want to do that, and we want to try to get things done in the least amount of time that's possible, and we're going to talk a little bit about how we do that too, and the Mastermind and how we help each other do that. This is a picture from the last Mastermind, and it's just it shows you just the diversity. Everybody comes with different strengths, different experiences, but we all have common threads. And as you get to know each other, that just starts molding and meshing together. And we want to share and figure out ways that we can help each other accomplish what we want in life. We don't want what we're doing for our job or if we're working on for retirement to be all-consuming. We want it to be effective, efficient. We want to have time for family. We want to have time for kids. We want to have time for friends and hobbies. And so it's like, how do we accomplish what we want in life? How do we do that? How do we do it in an effective manner? And that's what we come together and help each other do. Susan was out here from our office, Susan De La Garza. She was at our last Mastermind. And so we've asked some of the ladies to give us testimonials, and Susan said the Mastermind was a one-of-a-kind networking experience of like-minded women with the main purpose of helping each other find solutions to obstacles to reach their goals. And we all have obstacles in life. So let's talk a little bit about obstacles and resolutions to obstacles. Tony Robbins says, even for men, not just for women, because I think women have this more than men, but even for everyone, fear factor could always be an obstacle to getting where you want to go. I think the other thing for women is perfectionism. I think we do have a tendency to want everything perfect. With the Mastermind, we certainly hope to put those fears aside to make you feel more confident, more comfortable in what you're doing, especially in buying notes, and not to strive for perfection, but just progress. I think progress is so important. And as I went through the year last year and my momentum got stronger and stronger, and I felt better and better about what I was doing, then this year it's carried right on over, and I've been able to do more deals this year, and I think I'll end up the year really strong again, and putting more of those real estate notes into my retirement account and just building it. It just takes a little time to get over that, I guess, fear of doing something wrong, and just the confidence to just jump out there and go forward and know that you're going to be okay with it, that you don't have to have the fear, that you have other people to reach out to, that you have someone to talk to, that you don't have to worry about perfectionism, that progress is the most important thing. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to get on the fast track during the Mastermind. We're going to objectively come up with an analysis of your business model and your practices. In other words, what are you doing on a daily basis, or what is your business model? What are you doing, and let's break it down and figure out what you can do better. One of the great things about the Mastermind is using other people's systems and ideas, because if someone has a system in place that you already or that you could use that you're not using, instead of having to create it from the beginning, you can put it right into place. And the other thing is new perspectives. There may be ways of doing things that you just haven't considered, and having some fresh new ideas and perspectives may go a long way in getting you back on track or getting you to the next level. So let's talk a little bit about the agenda and how that's going to work. We're going to be providing you some materials in regard to what we're going to want you to do during the Mastermind. We do want everybody to do a presentation. I don't think you have to have any fear about that at all. We have had some women in the past that they do get down to the wire, and they don't feel comfortable doing that, but it's worked well every time. So the first thing is we want you to come up with what your challenges are. You may only have one, but come up with, if you can, like the top 3 challenges, and then we're going to talk about how you can overcome those challenges. The second thing is, what is your greatest strength, and how are you capitalizing on that? Are you really taking advantage of what your true strength is and focusing on that, and letting someone else pick up the pieces that you're not so good with? Instead of taking your valuable time doing things that you may not be as efficient at, just let's find someone else that can help you pick up those pieces. And then the other thing is, we'd like for you to share one system or strategy that has really benefited you, that you think could benefit others. So as we go along, that's one of the things that I think everyone that's been these different things, it's just something that everybody feels like they gain something from what other people are doing. So as you share, other people it's like the light bulb comes on, and they just go, oh, that would have been such an easy way to do that, and I didn't think about it. And I think we all, say that during the week at some point or some time where we realize there are easier ways to do things. And so in sharing all of these different things, you're going to find that. You're going to see that there are easier ways to get things done, and it'll be more efficient. This is just some photos we wanted to share about a recent mastermind, just give you an idea about some of the downtime that we have. We will be working really hard when we're there, but then we'll take breaks along the way and get out and do some different things, and then come back and reconvene and start over again. It is a long day, but it's something that you're going to leave with so much more than I think what you had in mind. And Terry came last time and she gave us a few ideas about what she thought she took away from it. One of those was that she really liked the fact that we did have a small and intimate setting so that she could get to know everybody on a personal level, keeping connections with everyone on regular calls, and we just kind of update each other on our progress. And one of the things is being able to connect with everyone when you need assistance with something. So you've got a group of people to reach out to you when you feel like you're struggling or you're unsure about something, and it makes a big difference just to talk to somebody about it for a few minutes. Drilling down on specifics, Terry was wanting to work on her retirement accounts, and so we really focused on that with her. And then the other thing was the variety of participants that we had, which allows everybody to see things from a different perspective. And one of the things that we're going to do while we're there is we're going to do as much as we can to break things down to small groups. You know, when somebody has an obstacle, they don't know how to do something, we want to do as much as we can to say, okay, you know, well, let's stop or let's focus on this for a little while, and make sure everybody understands processes that you might go through. And like if it is real estate notes, to, you know, maybe it's using a financial calculator, for example. I mean, this is what we were working on here. We just really had to stop and say, okay, how do you back into this, and how do you use the financial calculator, and sort of what does it mean, because we had people that didn't really know. And then this is another one of our outings that we went on. And there's our group everyone that was there at one of the cabins that we have there for our guest. So in these small sessions, if you feel like you need to visit with somebody, it might not be me, it might be another person there that has something that you're interested in, then it gives you a chance to connect with everybody and make an action plan. We had people that left with business plans last time. We had people that didn't have their goals in writing, and they would spend time doing that. We talked about finding investors. We analyzed and went over a lot of case study. So we did a lot of different things like that, and the wonderful thing is just a fun and relaxed and interactive setting. So there's a lot of people interacting, asking questions, and you really get to figure out how other people do this business. And this is Roxanne. She came to one of our masterminds, and she called me a couple of days before the mastermind and said, I just don't think I'm going to come. And so we were visiting about it, and she was just horrified about putting a PowerPoint presentation together to present to the group. And so we talked through it a little bit. She said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And she got the PowerPoints together, and I said, once you get it together, just email it to me. So she emailed it to me, and I emailed it back. I'm like, all you need are some pictures. So she added a few pictures, and she did a wonderful presentation, and I was so glad that she came. And I love her testimony about what she felt like she got out of the mastermind. I appreciate the fact that she thinks that I can help other women to achieve their goals. She actually did develop her own personalized plan, and everybody helped her. Everybody there helped her. She really experienced, I think, a connection with everyone, and just love the networking part of it. And I think the most important thing was she said, this is a huge confidence builder for me. So she's already out there on her second and third, fourth deal. And, you know, she's not an inexperienced investor. She was a fix and flip. She had a rehab model. And she's been a real estate investor. But she needed to know more, I guess you would say. She needed to have more confidence in herself about transitioning from that into the real estate note business. It just ended up being a great experience, and I really appreciate the fact that these women are so willing to tell and share with us what they feel like they gained from the experience of coming to the Mastermind. So we're going to be working really hard, and then we're going to have just some R&R. So we're going to have some downtime and some wonderful time in the evening, just around with dinner and around the campfire if it's cool at night, and just sharing with each other. We went out on a little excursion in an airboat on this particular trip. I'm not saying that we'll be able to do that next time, but we're going to find something fun to go do. So let's talk just a little bit about what's included and what we're going to cover for the trip. We are going to travel from our office here in Southlake, Texas, and we are just out 10 minutes away, just outside of the DFW airport. So we're going to leave from here, and we're going to furnish transportation up to Spanish Fort. We will stay at the accommodations up on the ranch. We're going to provide all the food and beverage, and so we're going to start out on Thursday at noon. So if you can kind of schedule to fly in and then arrive at our office around noon, we'll have lunch here, and then we'll head up to Spanish Fort, and then we will come back on Sunday. We usually leave about mid-morning and try to get everybody back to the airport around noon to head back out and head back home. So it's going to be 4 days, action-packed. We'll be busy. We're going to stay focused on what we need to accomplish, but we're going to take some evenings off and do some fun things. So let's review just a little bit about why Masterminds work. Part of it is perfecting your investing style. It is getting honest opinions about what you're doing or maybe you're not doing in your business. It's finding your strengths and gaining confidence in yourself. It's going to be about sharing systems and ideas to move your business forward, and about learning ways to do things that you may not have considered. I think those are some of the highlights as far as what we want you to think about a picture of how the Mastermind works. Dawn here on the right was one of our attendees, and Wendy did the video. If you guys saw that at Note Expo, she did a great job on the video, and Dawn shared with us too. And what Dawn had to say about the Mastermind was what she got out of it were recommendations of where to find information that I didn't know was available. That may be huge for some of you, just things that would maybe make the process go faster. The accountability factor. It's like if I don't go to the gym, I know I'm not going to hold myself accountable. I've got to have somebody else hold me accountable. I've got to have a partner at the gym. Once you verbalize your goals, and I think Dawn felt this way, then you've got women there that are going to make sure you're actually doing what you said you were going to do. And let me tell you, Dawn, she rehabs houses. She's in California, so she does high-dollar homes that she overhauls. It's amazing what she can do, and then with the homes, and then she also buys notes too. So she's an independent investor. She still likes the accountability factor, just like all of us do. And then also discovering what she does well and what she needs to change that might make her systems better. We all have things that we can change along the way that will help us and that will increase our productivity. I think we're all capable of big things. I think that we have a tendency to have paralysis of analysis. I think this helps women overcome that. I think we learn just that progression is the most important thing. It builds confidence. Even for me, it builds confidence. I'm not a public speaker, but I practice on my presentations there, and I give my presentation just like you. Then I always need help with systems. I'm not a systems person, so the more that I can learn is also better for me. I also learn from people that bring things to the Mastermind and share with all of us. And being capable of big things, the difference is between who I am today and what I want to be is just what I do. It's what we spend our time doing, how we can be better. I kind of see this as something totally different than the Note School Mentoring. This is not a Note School Mentoring event, but it is a women's event. And it's really nice to have a group of women that you can share with. So when you start comparing it, it's like apples and oranges. Note School is totally something different than what we are doing in the Mastermind. I just want to make sure that everybody has an understanding that we're not really doing a Note School event here, that it's for women. So it's similar to if you were to go to any other weekend type training or event that would be outside of Note School. If you have questions, you're welcome to email me, and you can reach me at martha@noteschool.com. If you want to type something into the chat box, we will try to answer your questions if we can. Or if you type it in and we don't get to it today, then I can always email you. And under Colonial Funding Group, my email is marthas@colonialfundinggroup.com. Here's some more pictures just of us getting together. And once again, I just want you to know that for those of you that register, we will send out more information. We've got frequently asked questions that we send out. Then we'll have a plan for you as far as developing what your presentation and what your challenges are, and presenting that to the group, and coming in with your information in regard to any kind of system that you can share, or what are your strengths, and we're going to give you some guidelines in doing that. Eddie, are you on the phone with us?
I am.
So Eddie wanted to join today, so he wanted to talk to you a little bit about the enrollment and just a little bit about his thoughts on the Women's Mastermind.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I'd suggested to Martha a couple of years ago that she do this, and Martha and I go to this Collective Genius Mastermind. It's quite expensive. It's $20,000 a year. They meet 4 times a year. But Martha's now been with me a good bit over the last couple of years, so she's really learned how a high-level mastermind operates. And once again, I think she said it right. This is not a Note School event. We don't want it to be. You guys talk about notes and your investing strategies, but it's not a training session. It's a facility to help you in an environment where it's all women. And I'm not there, by the way, just so you guys know that. They did let me come one time, and you guys let me drive you down to the river in the 4-wheeler. And I got to eat with you guys a little bit. But actually, I don't think I'll be there at all this time. And so it was really fun to get to see everybody. I know that just visiting with them, it was good. Registration is this. The registration is $2,500. Martha, they bring a guest.
Yeah.
It's an additional $1,000. So you can bring a second guest. Now that guest is not somebody that you pair up with, but it must be a business partner or a family member. Okay. So it's $2,500 for the initial registrant, and if you bring a guest or a family member, it's $1,000. Martha did do something I thought was really good, is she's going to let the people that initially attended re-attend for $1,000. And she never promised them that. So the people that have been in the past, they get to come for $1,000. And once again, as she said, all the food and the travel are included in the cost of that. So the mastermind we go to, they have an event, but you obviously have to pay for your hotel room and pay for meals and all of that stuff. And this one doesn't work that way. It's all inclusive, so it covers all the expenses. You do have to get yourself here to the office, and obviously back to be able to go to DFW Airport and get home. Am I missing something, Martha?
I do like to make sure everybody knows, we do have just a limited facility there. I just don't think that there's necessarily a perfect time for anything, but we certainly want everybody to come if you can. We look forward to it.
We don't really look at this. I want to be clear about the money involved in this. This is not a charity, but what it does is it pays for part of the facility that we have up there, we fondly call it the Note Recovery Center, and we do a lot of charities with that thing. So Martha's facilitating, enabling us to be able to have things out there that are fundraisers and that raise literally tens of thousands of dollars. So it's a good bit of work on her part, and we're grateful to do it, but it's kind of a business strategy that we have that allows us to be very benevolent in some other areas. So I think it's a good strategy that lets us be benevolent, so to speak.
All right, so in regard to, here's a wonderful picture of the countryside. So it's just beautiful up there. You'll love it. You'll have a great time. You'll walk away with
I got a question. I'm gonna unmute her, okay?
Okay.
All right.
In regard to registration for the event, you can go to www.noteschool.com/ WMM. So you can just copy and paste this, or click, I don't know that you can click on it on this webinar. You can copy and paste it into your browser, and it will open up the page for registration. And then, like I said, after you register, you will get an email, a reply to confirm your registration. Then we will be sending information back to you in regard to, sorry about that, in regard to how to prepare, also what the weather is like. I mean, we will go through all of that after we get all the registration finished. So we look forward to it. I'm really excited about seeing you at the Women's Mastermind. I hope we have some re-attendees that were there last time too to share with us and to help us out. And I think we'll all have a great time and leave ready to go do more business in 2016 and be more efficient and more productive in what we do. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your valuable time, and we hope to see you there.